All right, let's do this thing. What is up? Let's see. Yes, I am still sick after, what has it been? It's like been 3 months. Felt like it. Jesus. I actually am prepared with water this time. Oh, I know, right? Brian's getting even better. Does he ever stop? That's right. He doesn't. So I'm just going to, God, what a big, ridiculous, oblong, homunculus piece this is. Let's see if we can segregate that out. There we go. Nice and even. So what we're going to do first, put in our score for the day. And, I encourage you all to come to Panama each week, but I will say this week was a near disaster because had severe acid reflux, threw up multiple times, nearly passed out, and fell into said puddle of vomit. Ugh, it's quite something. I will say, if you're going to eat a Carolina Reaper tortilla chip, then what you do afterwards, after you have said chip, after it goes down your throat, right? Because I'm still a man, I deal with the throat burn and the mouth burn. Get a big cup of milk and 2 of those like Tums. You know the Tums, like the stomach medication. Take some of that, drink some of this, and you should be golden. All right. I am not lessening. It's not a cheat. I'm not sidestepping the spice nor the testosterone. It is simply me not having my stomach explode and developing an ulcer in my 50s. So I call that working smarter and less harder. Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm going to put my score. Oh shit, that's a 9.5. Fucking good ass day. God, so fucking good. And for all I know, I had acid reflux, and I think Gilbert and the other fucking people in Panama think that I have like some sort of drug fentanyl addiction, and I'm like losing consciousness because of it. I don't even care about that anymore because I had fun, man. Will there ever be a 10 out of 10? And throughout my entire life, I've had 3 10 out of 10 days. I'll say one of them was the first gig I had with Jazz Inc. About a year and a half ago. Shit, that gig was so good. I mean, we played like shit because we just met each other and our chemistry wasn't fully formed yet. But just getting that, just meeting with these new people and just traversing this whole new world, man. Oh, it felt so goddamn special. Even though we got no tips and we were essentially conned. Like our first manager, his name was Derek, and he was with us for a grand total of 1 gig. And not only did we realize that he was a retired circus clown, because right in front of us, he undressed into his underwear and put a clown nose on, which is a great metaphor for his whole career as our manager. But he also put all this makeup on, and his underwear was not very tight, so we could kind of see his ass crack and probably catch a good glimpse of his balls, dangling around if we wanted to. Now, I'm just using my my wide open imagination here. So 9.2 out of 10, very good day. Probably because you showed up to a lovely session of Panama, which in general makes your week better, unless you're throwing up in the bathroom. I still had a good day despite that, though, so I don't even care. That was my pencil. I'm fine. So, and I have to pee, and I don't even care about that either. So what's going to happen is I'm going to put my water over here. We're going to get piece number 1 because it's been 3 minutes and I haven't done anything. So let's just fold this like that. And what was I talking about? Completely goddamn forgot. Shit. It was something involving eating paper, which I'm supposed to do, which is how I stay on task, and I don't talk about anything else. However, if any of you have questions, any question, no matter how retarded and stupid, is always welcome. Oh, my 10 out of 10 day. Right, yeah. So, yeah, Derek pretty much conned us, and we've tried to get back in contact with him. He never answers any of our calls. So, yeah, we're thinking maybe he'll make a grand comeback. He'll be like a twist Disney villain. He's just going to show up out of nowhere. He's going to come around and make us rub his big bald head. But I mean, the guy was a character, although we knew that it was all about his stupid marketing company, and we were playing at a very fancy event. I will say, Derek wasn't that bad of a guy. If he was such a notorious evil con man, then why in the heck did he let us get free brunch at the buffet? And it wasn't just like I don't know, it wasn't just lunchable food, like put on a nice plate. Like I tasted that shit. It was very high quality, high octane stuff. So, they really put their money and resources into getting that very high class food at that buffet. So if they really hated us, they would have not let us eat there. But I ate all of the fresh baked strudels I wanted. So But I will say that strudel did not have the fiber that I needed, and that's why I changed my lifestyle. Actually, I think on my path to day 200, where I took my big break, lasting about a year, what did I do? I was it was just like day 170, 178, I think. Oh, it might have been no, it might have been the 180s because it was really close to the end. It was like 1 or 2 weeks away, or my other two 10 out of 10 days. Very good question. I actually don't remember, but I know there's two of them because I know there are two, and I think one of them was one of my birthdays, and we went to Magic Mountain, and miraculously nothing went too wrong. I didn't feel too guilty about my parents spending too much on a fast pass because we got one of the lesser ones, but I got really lucky because in January no one does anything, and no one's celebrating shit because New Year's happens and everyone's resting and everyone's going, oh, the holidays are over. Not for this guy because I still have my birthday. February is kind of the month where it all goes downhill too, for me at least. So, but I will say January, very good month for me. Coldest month of the year. Oh, love that. Really considering actually just taking a trip over to Georgia for then. So you might see a paper stream with some snow. What was Jazz Inc.'s origin story? Oh, shit. This is going to be a long stream. I will get into that. Let me just drink my first piece of paper first. But I know one of them was my birthday, and the other one was some miscellaneous day that'll probably... I'll ask my therapist to put me through hypnosis. I'll probably just remember all of it or something. Okay. God damn it. Because the thing is that after throwing up for a straight 10 minutes on the bathroom floor, I'm a little suspicious of my own gag reflex, so it'll be really good. All right, so Jazz Inc.'s origin story. Let's think about this. The part before I joined was with Dave, Randy, Trey, and some other guy named, I don't know, like Phil Dixlet. It doesn't matter. These other people don't matter. I think Ben, Ben Grondona. Yeah, I've played with him. He's a really good saxophone player. Lovely goatee. Can grow a good one. The guy's still younger than me too, which makes me feel very ashamed of my own lack of ability to grow a cool looking goatee, but whatever. I can get hair grafts, whatever. Elon did it at the top of his head. I can do it to the bottom of my head. I don't give a fuck. But they were a part of a school jazz ensemble in their high school, and apparently they had a huge performance that was scheduled the exact same day as a prom. And the majority of people in the jazz band did not give two shits, and they just decided to call it quits. However, Dave, Randy, Trey, Ben, and there's one other guy who I don't even care about, who I don't even remember any of their... I know there's a guy named Trey, and I don't know if there was a Daniel shit. I know Ben was one of them, but I don't remember any of the other names, but these 5 people were the only ones out of this like 50-person jazz ensemble in middle school that even showed up in the first place. So what happened was they played like shit, as you can imagine, and they played to an audience of like 0 people. That was the origin of Jazz Inc. And then they realized Dave and Randy were going, wait a minute, I know we played like shit, but what if we actually got good? Because the 5 of us, we could just practice a lot and just get really good. And this was back in 2019. So the year of 2020, I call it the unsuccessful grind era, where these people, and Randy wasn't the keyboard player yet. He was the drummer. And Randy was, I'll tell you this, I've seen old videos. Randy is way better at the keyboard than he is at drums. He is primarily a rock drummer, and he did not know how to play swing. And I mean, I'm good friends with him, and I hang out with him, and he does these little drum busks with me, and he still does not know how to swing. So he's Benjamin Glebus. I wish that was his name, but Grondona, I mean, that's Italian. That sounds pretty cool too. Glebus, that's kind of like an amoeba name. I kind of like it. It's okay. More cool iconic Caden names to come in the future. But what was I going to say? Yeah, right. So unsuccessful grind era, like 2020, where they pretty much did a shit ton of pier busts where they would painstakingly transport all their equipment over to the pier. They'd get like $2 per gig, and then the pandemic hit and they couldn't do anything. So it was just a lot of just hopeless rehearsals, just in a Dave's brother Shay's house, and them just fighting over nothing. A lot of the members left, and after a while, they recruited Dominic Negrin, one of my best friends, and a guy who definitely has a bone or two to pick with Caden, but one of my closest friends, Dom, to go on the saxophone to have a little bit of contrast to replace Ben because he lacked commitment, apparently, according to people. I wasn't in the band at this time. And then they got Tavis Brown on the bass. And they discovered me living in a box on the side of the road. And mainly, main reason they discovered me was because of Max Batel, a fantastic trumpet player and a guy who I've known for 5 years, one of my best friends as well. He moved away, though, and that makes me very sad. Boo-hoo-hoo. However, Max is the main reason I got in contact, because he saw that I was becoming very demotivated and I was in my crazy stage where I'd go and I'd carry Eli, which was my paper cutout of one of my super fans who went manic and decided to send me death threats over my channel having more subs than his. Boo-hoo, Kate. I mean, boo-hoo, Eli. Cry me a fucking big black river. But, Max wanted me to get out of that stage. So, he decided to give a call over to Randy, and Randy sent the most hilarious voicemail where he spent like a good 3 minutes just telling me that there's a certain attire we need to wear, just telling me to wear a suit. He's like, we need to look a certain way. And by the way, this voicemail is in the retrospective introspective album as hello, this is Randall. By the way, all the extra instrumentation was not in the original voicemail. I produced that and added that in. So let's see. We are also almost halfway through the full sheet of paper. So 2021, right? We're out of the useless grind era. And even when I first joined, Jazz Inc. was just at the bottom of the barrel, right? We were getting conned left and right. We barely had any legitimate gigs. However, mainly we had Pure Busks and the Julep gig, which was the con job. And technically we committed a crime there because we had to lie about being 18. And Derek just desperately wanted for any sort of band to play. So he was going to recruit this whole group of small children and have us pretend we were 18. Hey, I was willing to put on a fake mustache to get the role across. I was just glad to be playing any gig. I wasn't in it for the money. And I'm still not in it for the money. I'm in it for the fun. But yeah, in 2021, that was our glory year, man. Because for some reason, I cannot explain this. I have no idea why it happened. But right when I joined the band, some people started taking notice of us and liked our sound. And we started getting serious professional gigs. First off, at Isola, it was this croissant place, which, by the way, if you look it up, it is like the top-rated bakery, not only in America, but also in both America and Canada. And they aren't even in Canada. Like, every single bakery in Canada is outranked by Isola, and they're becoming, like, close to internationally known. But right when they were beginning, right at the very start, when nobody knew about them, we were their main band, their main house band. And we'd be playing the shit out of their poor audience who didn't know what was going to hit them in the morning. And we were still playing significantly worse than we are now. Oh my God, just even remembering some of the catastrophes that happened on some of those gigs just makes my knee hurt all over again. But yeah, once I joined the band, things started taking off. You get all sorts of gigs. Oh, the Giardino's gig, that was awesome, man. Fuck, I've gained so many followers of people who just saw our energy and wanted more of it. And they knew that there was more of it on the internet. So they followed mainly my page because my page contains more actual promotion for Jazz Inc. than Jazz Inc.'s own internet account does. If you look at Jazz Inc.'s Instagram account, it's all just fucking promotional posters when I wish it could have actual footage of us playing. But I guess we're just too lazy to get our own filming set up after all these fucking years. Sometimes we get a really professional photographer named JD, really good friend of mine too, to show up and take some very crazy looking footage, but we only get them on like once every 10th gig. So most of our gigs are you get zero footage. Holy shit! I didn't even look at the live chat during this whole time. Glebus isn't even a fake name. A very interesting former peer, a character. I see. Well, I'm sure you'll have to introduce me to this Benjamin Glebus character. I'm just going to get so stuck up on his name that I will probably not even be able to get to know each other past that point. I'm just going to Every potential conversation I could have with Benjamin Glebus will instead be just taken up by me just complaining about his fucking name. I do not get why he has those bones to pick with me. Who picks bones with you, Kate? Oh, Dom, yeah. Dom's a guy where if he doesn't like someone, he'll let you know, and sometimes his reasons for disliking people, I won't say they're ever bad. It's just that Dom's a really hard guy to be a friend with, because if he finds you annoying, you're pretty much done. And even if there's nothing you can really do about it, if he thinks that you're just annoying and stupid, then it's pretty much over for you. And for me, I'm very annoying and stupid myself, and it still confuses me why he decided to let me become his best friend. But hey, whatever, man. The world works in crazy ways, I guess. But yeah, shit. You will most likely never meet him. Damn it. Whatever. I'll look him up on the internet. I follow 2,000 people anyways. What's one more? As Skylar White once said. That is piece 4 out of 5. We're almost done, boys. And also, girl, whatever. It's a colloquial term. Calm down. Oh. Twist this. Fold that. There you go. Just preparing. What else was I talking about? 2022, there are some tensions in the band arising. Randy quit the band, and we are now dealing with fallout. It's definitely a rough transitional period, and I'm going to say less of a transitional period and more of an exit period for Jazzing, because Jazzing had a very interesting run, but the setup from the beginning is already unstable, with like half the members planning on moving to college. Me and Dave are still planning on going to Berklee School of Music together. And, check the screen shit I sent you in Instagram. My rule is no Instagram until I'm done eating the paper, but don't worry afterwards. And we'll continue that discussion that we were in before, of course. I forgot what exactly it was. Okay, no, now I remember what it was about. Whatever. I barely read those texts, Kate, and I will get back to you on that. But you sure do have a testimony to give, I'll say that. What in the world was that? Wow. Like, got caught in a little throat hole on the side. Oof. All right, now that that's done, final piece. Okay. We're making our way. I should eat sandpaper for day 1000. Oh, what I have planned, you have no idea. I'm going to eat toilet paper like I have before, but it's used. I'll do a reenactment of my bathroom episode where I threw up, but I will say, Caden, if you've ever thrown up before, just know that it is fantastic. It after it happens, of course, because once the throwing up is over, holy shit, it feels so good to get that poison out of your system. I was a new man. I might just throw up every day. That might be a new thing with me. I'm going to intentionally, I don't know, stick a feather duster down my throat and cause myself to throw up just so I can just feel that relief. Fuck, that was awesome. You always got to have a come down to have a come up. That's what I always say. All right. That was day 301. Man, it feels awesome just to say that. Man, I'm going to just slightly pee in my pants every single time I see it say the number of the day. Holy shit. All right. I will be seeing you in the next paper eating adventure. End stream. And I have to pee. Oh, thank you, Lip. I always appreciate it. Amazing stream as always. That's right. Brian Case, the paper streamer, never misses. All right. Goodbye, world. All right. Goodbye, Kate.